Ugh. Tripping over things. Hello everyone, my name is Lisa and I'm the Viet vegan because I'm Viet and I'm vegan, and today's gonna be a favorites video where I show you my favorite things from the last month. So normally I would film this in like a chair and like I have like a wicker bowl chair that's like kind of chill, but we haven't finished completely unpacking everything yet and I don't really know exactly where I'm gonna film that kind of stuff. So the only place that I have set up for filming is this area. So we're just gonna do a favorites video right here. My May was a little bananas. As you guys know that I moved. So we moved from my old place, which you can check out over here, to this place, which I am working on a apartment tour eventually. I just need to finish unpacking. We're about like 90% unpacked. Let's just get started with favorites, okay? One of my favorite things this month has been beans. Beans have been my favorite. I didn't really grow up eating baked beans at all or anything like that. Like I never really liked them that much, but I don't know what happened. At some point I got like really bean manic. I just like really wanted beans. And I just basically put it on English muffins like this. I just toast them. These are frozen, so they're a little hard. I had it for like 4 days straight. It was great. I like the British style beans because there's less sugar in them. I don't really like sweet, savory foods. That's not really my jam. I like my sweets to be sweet and savory, like sweet and salty. Like I like that kind of combination. But for my savory foods, no. Get the British style ones because they have 5 grams of sugar per half cup instead of like 10 grams of sugar per half cup, which is a lot of sugar. Another favorite of mine has been Brinner. I feel like I've mentioned it a lot in the last like couple weeks because I mentioned it in my grocery haul video and I keep telling you guys that I'm gonna make more Brinner type recipes. I have a huge collab with a bunch of other vegan YouTubers and we're gonna do Brinner recipes. So that's not happening until July 12th, so like stay tuned, but I'm really excited and I've been making English muffin breakfast sandwiches like for the past like 3 weeks. I've just been making a bunch of them and they've been fantastic. I'm so excited. I used to work at McDonald's when I was in, that was like my first job. I didn't really eat anything from McDonald's except for the breakfast menu and then the junior chicken and sometimes the chicken nuggets, but mostly just the junior chicken. I didn't really like any of the other food. Oh, I guess I had the fries. But anyway, I ate a lot of Egg McMuffins back in the day and I really miss them. So I've made a bunch of different variations of them. I've added like bacon, I've added sausages, I've added whatever. Stay tuned. I'm really excited and I hope you guys are too. The next thing that's one of my favorites for the month is coffee. Now, most of you guys know that I'm not a huge fan of coffee, not because I don't like the flavor. It's just like a lot of hassle for me to make coffee in the morning. But the new apartment has been so freaking cold that I've been cuddled up in a onesie pretty much like 24 hours a day. And I've been drinking a lot of tea, a lot of coffee, a lot of soup because it's just so cold. So I've been making some Balzac's coffee. This has been pretty great. They are a local coffee roaster from Ancaster, which is not too far from here, which is pretty cool. And I've been having it with my vanilla sugar. Sometimes I don't want to have coffee every single day, so I've been having tea as well. So tea is also one of my favorites. Here's my dirty tea canister. Probably not great for my teeth. I probably need to whiten my teeth at some point. I bought a Snap White thing like last year, but I just never got around to using it. So if you guys are interested in me doing a video on my process of whitening my teeth, let me know. I don't know if you guys are interested in that kind of thing. I have pretty yellow teeth, but not because like I like brush my teeth every day. I floss every day. I just have garbage teeth. Another one of my favorites for the month has been kimchi. I've been able to find vegan kimchi, but only in Toronto. I haven't been able to find vegan kimchi that isn't like white people kimchi in Mississauga, which is kind of depressing, especially because I live pretty close to a PAT, which is like a Korean market now, and they have like literally an entire wall of kimchi, but it has like anchovies in them, so it's not vegan kimchi. This kimchi has been awesome. It's like $12 for this giant canister. Jar. Oh my god, it smells so good. I really like just like eating it on the side of rice, and when it gets too fermented, I turn it into kimchi soup. Jjajangmyeon, I think that's what it's called. I'll leave what it's supposed to be called here. And I basically follow a combination of Mommy Tang's recipe and Rose's recipe. It's been a great way of using up my leftover kimchi, although it's very salty, so. Next favorite is, these are the Builder Clif Bars. I don't really work out, although I am starting to work out soon. I downloaded the Pump Up app and I'm like trying out a workout thing. It hasn't really started yet. I got these Builder protein bars. They're 20 grams of protein. A lot of them don't have nuts, although if they do have nuts, they have peanuts in them. I really like the mint chocolate chip one. It's basically like eating a chocolate bar, but it's better because it's full of protein. It's probably not better. It's probably still not that great. On days where I'm in Toronto or like I'm kind of like on the go, I'm running a lot of errands, I don't really have time to eat or I forget to eat, having one of these in my bags has been really useful, and they've quelled the hunger. I mean, you guys have seen me when I'm hungry. I get a little weird and a little antsy, so Hangry Lisa has appreciated those Builder bars. Another thing that is a favorite of mine this month has been salads. I don't know what it is. I've been really digging salads. I've eaten a lot of salad in May. Eddie has really been liking salads. I like salads that have a little bit more like oomph to them. You know, I've been adding like a lot more seeds and a bunch of different vegetables, some sort of hot element, so it's not just like greens. I'm digging it a lot because that way I also like eat the greens quickly so that they don't like sit and wilt in my fridge. Those are all my favorites for food so far this month. Let's move on to more lifestyle-y things. So the first thing on the list is actually inside my water bottle. It is a charcoal stick. It is a charcoal filter. It's basically a piece of activated charcoal. You stick it in your water and it's supposed to alkalize your water. Now, I don't really know how exactly I feel about the legitimacy of activated charcoal and like alkaline whatever, but I have noticed that ever since I started increasing the amount of like alkaline water in my diet, my skin has improved quite a bit. It also might be because I've been stressed out up until like the end of May because I was like moving, and then now my body's like, ah, finally. I'm not really sure, but I do find that it softens my water, which I kind of prefer anyway, so I've been digging it. I like it. I found it at Doug's Public Kitchen, which is a restaurant in Toronto. I'll probably leave a link if you want to buy it down below. I'm pretty sure I can probably find it on Amazon or something. Another favorite of mine has been my new monitor. I'll insert a clip of what it looks like. It's not that exciting. You'll see my messy desk, but my old monitor was something that I had from when I was like 19 or something. It was like a cheap $100 monitor that I bought ages ago. Since I work in video and photo, not only like for YouTube, but also like in my day job, I need a computer that like reads color correctly. On my old iMac and my laptop, the screens are like calibrated and like a standard calibration, and they're LED, so the color is like very true, very bright. PC monitors, each one is made differently and each one is calibrated differently, and they don't show colors the exact way. So I needed a monitor that was brighter and showed better color, and I'm pretty happy with this one. I had one of my friends who works at a computer store hook me up with a sweet deal, so it's pretty good. Another favorite of mine has been Eddie. Now, I mean, Eddie is always my favorite, but the month of May has been really awful for me for like my mental health. The stress of moving on top of like family stuff and like personal stuff, I just like really wasn't having a good time. I don't know if you guys noticed. Things were just really difficult and I was really off my game, and my skin was especially awful, and having eczema on my hands makes it really difficult for me to work or like exist without being in constant pain. And Eddie has been really helpful. He's helped around the house. He steps up so much, and the past month I'm just like so thankful that I have him in my life and that he is so supportive and so great. So Eddie, you're my favorite. Moving on to TV shows. I never know if you guys like this section of the TV shows thing, but I'm a huge like binge TV watcher. Like I really like TV, and I've been watching a lot of reality TV. I'm like a little embarrassed that I like reality TV, but I just love people, and I'm just fascinated by people. I just love seeing how people work, and I'm just observing people in like different situations. The month of May, I spent a lot of time watching Big Brother Canada. I watched the live feeds, I listened to the podcast. This season of Big Brother Canada was, as they said, lit. I mean, I feel uncomfortable using that because it's like African-American vernacular English, and like I'm not African-American, but it's just like a quote from Dre from the show. I forgot her name. The show was amazing. Ika was just like unbelievable, so entertaining. I loved the show. I loved every minute of it. I loved Kevin versus Ika and Dimitri. I loved all of it. It was great. I was so blown away by this season. I'm so sad that Big Brother Canada is now on hiatus. It's not canceled, but it's on hiatus for Big Brother 6. So I'm really upset about it. If you are upset about it too, I'll leave a link down to the petition for you to sign, or you can tweet about it and just like let people know that you're upset about Big Brother Canada being on hiatus. But anyway, that's enough about Big Brother Canada. I'm really excited. Let me know if you guys love Big Brother Canada as well, and if you're excited for Big Brother US, because I'm pumped. The next show I want to talk about is Master of None. I have always liked Aziz Ansari as a comedian. He's always been hilarious. I like his stand-up comedy. I just like his sense of humor in general and how much he like pokes fun of himself. It's really interesting because Master of None, the first season, was like incredible. The writing, the cinematography, the jokes. The first season was so well done. I was afraid that the second season wouldn't live up to it. And the second season was even better. I don't understand. I just love that he highlights other like people of color, and he gives other folks like their own sort of platform. Like he talks about like LGBTQ, coming out, being black, being, not him being black, but like he shared the perspective and the story of one of the characters who is lesbian, who is black, and had to like come out to her family, and all of it was just incredible. And it was just really cool to see Aziz give his platform and lend the stage and the spotlight for other people of color. I think that is so important, and I think that it's just a beautiful, beautiful show. It's still a comedy show, right? He still pokes fun at things. And I will actually link a video from Aziz Ansari. I don't think he's vegetarian or vegan, but he does voice his concerns about the meat industry, especially the egg industry. And he does this bit with his job role impression and like just his rant about the egg industry. And I just thought it was like so interesting that he was able to do that and make it funny and disperse it to a large audience. Go watch Master of None if you haven't already. It is fantastic. And my last favorite of the month is The Bachelorette. Now, I really like reality TV. I watched The Bachelor and it was like really frustrating to watch. I mean, I watched it because it was hilarious, but it was just like, what is happening? But one of my favorite contestants from the previous Bachelor season is now The Bachelorette. Her name is Rachel. She's black. She's like in her 30s. I think she's like the oldest Bachelorette to be on the series. She's also the first black woman to be Bachelorette ever. And she is not only like gorgeous, but she's also so smart, so down to earth, and so chill and so cool. Like I just love that they picked someone who isn't a dimwit. I guess the bar is like really low. A lot of the past Bachelorettes have been super basic. Now I've only started watching like 2 years ago, so I don't really know that many. Like I started watching during Ben's season. Anyway, I love Rachel. I've been loving watching The Bachelorette because there's a lot of drama that happens in The Bachelorette that just like, that's just a part of the Bachelor series. But she shuts it down. Like it's so good. It's so entertaining, and I love how real she is. I'm really glad that ABC picked someone that like girls can aspire to be. I'm just thrilled with The Bachelorette this season. Do you guys watch The Bachelorette at all? Please let me know. That pretty much wraps up my favorites. Now I'm gonna tack on one little extra thing. Someone asked me what my favorite podcasts are in a couple of videos ago. I went like really extra with podcasts at one point and I got really overwhelmed. I like listened to like 12 podcasts, which like can be very overwhelming. But the ones that I listen to right now are Happier with Gretchen Rubin, Happier in Hollywood. They're both like kind of self-care or self-help sort of podcast to like help you be more productive, be happier. It's helped me like kind of get to know myself, learn about myself, and like position myself in a way and set myself up for the most success as possible. I'll leave links down below if you guys want to check those out. Another podcast that I've been listening to is Guys We I haven't been listening to it recently. I listened to like the first 2 years of podcasts and I just thought it was like really cool. It's an anti-slut shaming podcast. It's to like reclaim the sexuality of women. A lot of times you'll hear guys or bros or whatever talking about like, oh, I f***ed this chick, or I did this chick, or I screwed her, blah, blah, blah. In the reverse, you never hear about women saying like, oh, I f***ed that guy, or like whatever, without being slut shamed. So I think it's really interesting that they're able to turn that around. They're both comedians, so they're really funny, and they talk a lot about like owning their sexuality and like learning about yourself. And they do bring up a lot of different points. They interviewed someone who was non-binary, they interviewed someone who's trans, someone who's a sex worker, and I think it's really great that they have given such a big platform and lending their voices to other women, people of color, non-binary folks, just general minorities that often don't have a platform or a voice. They talk to someone who is asexual. Asexuality is oftentimes very ignored and very invisible, and I think it's important that you educate people, and like, you know, if someone is asexual, like there's nothing they can do about that, right? That's just like who they are. But if they don't have resources or like not role models, but like stories that they can connect to, then they can be really confused, and it's really hard to like not know and not understand who you are, especially when no one else is the same. I'm like behind like a year in terms of episodes, but I'm working through it eventually. The other podcast that I had been listening to, which I'm not listening to right now because Big Brother Canada is over, but I was listening to rHappy Hour, which is the live feed show for Big Brother Canada, and I was also listening to Rob Cesternino's rHappy. Rob has a podcast series for Big Brother. Now, like I said, Big Brother is now over, and I'm excited because next month is Big Brother US, so I'll be listening to those once again. It's gonna be great. Another podcast that you probably should listen to if you haven't already is the Serial podcast. I already listened to the 2 seasons that were there. For the most part, I like more conversational podcasts, not necessarily like story things, or like I like just something that I can kind of put in the background while I do dishes or while I fold clothes, or if I'm like on the subway or something. Nothing that I need to be like super engaged in, because I can lose focus really easily, and I don't want to like have to listen to something over and over again because I like get distracted. If any of you listen to Happier with Gretchen Rubin, let me know what tendency you are. When I did the quiz, I was a questioner, but I have a feeling I'm a questioner with like hard rebel tendencies. Or if you want to do a quiz to like see what tendency you are, it's basically a quiz to kind of figure out like what kind of expectations or how you meet expectations. Are they inner expectations? Are they outer expectations? So there's like 4 categories: questioner, obliger, upholder, and rebel. I'm like questioner with like a very hard rebel leaning sort of thing. If you want me to go into more detail about that, I would love talking about that. I love personality quizzes. If you want me to do a quiz on like personality quizzes and like personality traits, I would love to do that because I love talking about that kind of thing. That pretty much wraps up my favorites video for May. Sorry if I was talking really fast. I don't know how much battery my camera has left. Let me know if you like any of the things that I mentioned this month. Do you watch reality TV shows? Do you listen to the same podcast that I do? If you listen to Happier, what tendency are you? And also, what personality quizzes do you want me to like talk about if you want me to talk about them? If you like this video, please give it a like and hit that subscribe button because, you know, I'm super close to 20K. My goal for the end of the year was 20K and like I'm actually really close, which is really exciting. So help me get to 20K or even 25K. That would be really cool. So hit that subscribe button, and if you have already subscribed, make sure you hit that notification button so you know exactly when I post my videos, because I try to be pretty timely, but sometimes I'm a little sporadic with my uploads. If you hit that notification button, you'll know when I post things immediately. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a delicious day. Bye! Most of you guys know that I'm not, god damn it, I'm trash. I love kimchi.